Thank you, Johnny. Hi, folks, and welcome.
This is Jeopardy!
Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone.
This is Jeopardy! Let's meet today's contestants. Player one.
Yeah!
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, everyone. Welcome aboard. Good luck to you in the Jeopardy round. And we start the Jeopardy round categories with this one. Ain't That America? Official state things. Zoology. TV nostalgia. In the bookstore. And it's all good. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player one, make a selection. Also known as a cathode, it's the car battery terminal with a plus sign. Okay, player one. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding... That's right. Way to go. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Fever 1793 depicts a teen's struggle during the 1793 epidemic of this colorful fever in Philadelphia. Yes, player one. Yeah. Good for you. We return to you, player one. In an animated 1987 TV special, this space-age family traveled back in time to meet the Flintstones. Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. You again, player one. The giant Pacific This may have as many as 1,600 suckers on its arms. They help it to taste and touch. It's player one. Right. Yeah. Player one, you pick again, please. It reigns as West Virginia's official state butterfly. Let's hear it, player one. Woo. That's it. Please pick again, player one. This state's Little Diomede Island is about 2.5 miles from Russia's Big Diomede Island. The correct response is Alaska. Select again. It can mean far better than average or not yet settled like an unpaid debt. It's player one. Yep. Yeah. Choose again, player one. Ahab's wife tells a whale of a tale about a character mentioned briefly in this classic novel. Yes, player one. Whoa! Correct. Player one, pick again. In the pilot for this 60s sitcom, Jed and Jethro first meet Mr. Drysdale when he comes to get them out of jail. Player one. Yeah! That's correct. Player one, back to you. While it doesn't breathe fire, the dragon named for this Indonesian island does kill its prey with its deadly saliva. Okay, player one. Yeah. Oh, good. Select again. When Virginia got a state one of these animals, the governor's office released a poem that mentioned Adam West. Here's the correct response. A bat. Player one, back to you. This state celebrates July 24th, the day of Brigham Young's arrival, as Pioneer Day. Here's what we wanted. Utah. We return to you, player one. The bird Ardea herodias isn't just any blue heron, it's this blue heron. Let's hear it, player one. Good. You get to pick again, player one. Hope Was Here is a book about a teen waitress at the Welcome Stairways Diner in this dairy state. Yes, player one. Good. Player one, pick again. The 1973 TV season gave us Richard Roundtree as this super cool private eye he'd played on film. We're talking about Shaft. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Doggone it, a mud puppy isn't a little doggy, but a large one of these amphibians. It's player one. Yes. Player one, you pick again, please. Sounds scary, but Colorado's official state fish is the greenback cutthroat type of this. Okay, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Here's the correct response. The trout. You again, player one. In early 2006, New Orleans was overtaken in population by this nearby capital city. It didn't last. Player one. That is correct. Choose again, player one. As an adjective, it means very impressive. As a noun, it's a lavish production. It's player one. That is correct. Please pick again, player one. Take a bite out of the Vampire Armand, the 6th book in her Vampire Chronicles. Here's the response we were looking for. Anne Rice. Select again. According to his theme song, Mr. This will never speak unless he has something to say. Here's what we were looking for. Ed. Player one, you pick again, please. Answer, it's the Daily Double. And you have the lead. Please enter your wager. All right, here's your clue. A type of this snake that sounds like a James Clavell novel is Australia's deadliest and most feared. No. Here's the correct response. The taipan. You again, player one. The syringa, also known as the mock orange, is Idaho's official state this. Let's hear it, player one. No. We're talking about a flower. You get to pick again, player one. Since 1792, Frankfort has been the capital of this state. Player one. You are correct. Player one, back to you. Marvin Hagler was Marvelous Marvin. Tom Seaver was nicknamed Tom This. Okay, player one. Right you are. Player one, pick again. A secret code called Nu Shu is pivotal to the plot of Snowflower and the Secret Fan, set in this country. Here's what we wanted. China. We return to you, player one. In the 50s, this movie Tarzan was still hanging out with a chimp, but he wore more than a loincloth as TV's Jungle Jim. Here's the response we were looking for. Johnny Weissmuller. Player one, back to you for our next selection. The rare white alligator has a condition called leucism, meaning it lacks this skin pigment. Yes, player one. Oh, sorry. Here's the correct response. Melanin. Choose again, player one. Appropriately, the official state cantata of Connecticut has this spicy name. The correct response is nutmeg. And here's the $1,000 clue. Lake Calhoun and Lake Harriet are in its chain of lakes. Here's the response we were looking for. Minneapolis. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. The Founding Fathers. The Vatican. Have you ever seen the like? Notice the quotation marks on like. Brutus. Celebs. And this side of parasites. All right, if you're ready, it's Double Jeopardy time. In early April of 1775, William Dawes, Samuel Prescott, and this man rode to warn patriots to move military stores from Concord. Player one?
Yeah.
Right. Please pick again, player one. When a tiny parasite enters an oyster's shell, mantle cells cover it with nacre until this is formed. Okay, player one.
Woo.
You got it. Player one, pick again. 3 years after writing the Declaration of Independence, he succeeded Patrick Henry as Virginia governor. Let's hear it, player one. Right. Player one, back to you for our next selection. This plant grows as a parasite on apple tree trunks, blooms in February and March, yet still is a factor in Christmas kisses. It's player one. Yes.
Yeah.
Please pick again, player one. On July 3rd, 1776, he wrote to his wife Abigail that the colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. Yes, player one.
Yeah.
Correct. You get to pick again, player one. PSI is a charity delivering nets to fight this parasite-caused disease that kills 3,000 African children a day. Player one?
Woo.
Hey, you're right. We return to you, player one. Kelly will present this clue.
A 1775 letter from this founding father to the Pennsylvania Journal is thought to have inspired the Don't Tread on Me flag.
Yes, player one.
Woo.
Good for you. Select again. You can vent this soft ductless organ that fights infection with parasite detection. Let's hear it, player one. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. The correct response is the spleen. You again, player one. In Public Good, this pamphleteer called for Virginia to cede land needed to form a strong central government. It's player one. That's it. Player one, you pick again, please. Closely related to meningitis, this inflammation of the brain can result from viral infections or tiny parasites. Okay, player one. That is correct. Player one, back to you. Crispin of Viterbo was the first one of these created by John Paul II. Here's what we wanted. A saint. Choose again, player one. This Spider-Man and Cider House Rules star is pals with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's player one.
Woo.
That's correct. Please pick again, player one. You may not use cell phones or felt-tip pens when researching in the secret these. Yes, player one. Nope. Here's the correct response. The archives. Player 1, back to you. In 2010, this talk show hostess replaced Paula Abdul as a judge on American Idol. Here's what we were looking for. Ellen DeGeneres. Player 1, pick again. The four papal these churches include St. Peter's and St. John Lateran. Okay, Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Answer, the first of the daily doubles. And you're in the lead now. How much are you going to wager, Player 1? Here is your clue. Despite an interruption from Kanye, she won for Best Female Video at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards. Sorry. Here's the correct response. Taylor Swift. You get to pick again, Player 1. Answer, the second daily double. You are in first place. Decide on your wager, Player 1. The clue. The Inventario Manoscritti room is part of this Vatican building. Nope. Oh. Sorry. We're talking about the library. You again, Player 1. This star of The Princess Diaries and The Devil Wears Prada has the same name as Shakespeare's wife. Here's what we wanted. Anne Hathaway. Choose again, Player 1. She must have been in seventh heaven when her autobiography and I Am Me CDs both reached #1. Here's the correct response. Ashley Simpson. Player 1, you pick again, please. The faithful can make offerings via cash or credit card to the fund called This Man's Pence. Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct. We return to you, Player 1. 5-word phrase repeated by Dorothy Gale when clicking her heels together in The Wizard of Oz. Player 1? Yes. Select again. He penned the immortal line, "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves." Here's what we were looking for. William Shakespeare. You get to pick again, Player 1. 3-word cliché used of exotic food. Ramona said it about rat on The First Survivor. Okay, Player 1. Yep. Player 1, you pick again, please. In this 13th century work, Brutus is described as suffering in the lowest pit of hell. The correct response is Inferno. Select again. In all this, the state or fact of being probable. It's Player 1. Correct. Choose again, Player 1. This Greek biographer of parallel lives suggested Brutus was Julius Caesar's illegitimate son. Here's the response we were looking for. Plutarch. Please pick again, Player 1. Doppelganger. Yes, Player 1. Right. We return to you, Player 1. Brutus joined a conspiracy to assassinate Julius Caesar that was led by this man. Player 1?
Yeah!
Hey, you're right. Player 1, pick again. Ovine. Let's hear it, Player 1. No, that's not right. We're talking about sheep-like. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? During the Roman Civil War, Brutus sided with this man, but was later pardoned by Julius Caesar. Oops. It's player one. Correct. You will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. This is the Final Jeopardy category for today. Championship sports. What are you going to wager? Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Let's see what it is. Here's the clue. In 2007, this university became the first to hold national titles in both football and basketball in the same year. What did you put as your response? And that will lose you. Here's the correct response. Florida. You've come out ahead as our champion, player one. Good game, everyone, and thank you so much for playing.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, folks, and welcome. You look eager to get underway, so let's get right into it. And we have one daily double awaiting you in these categories. Mountains, literary bears. I need more space. Washington, Lincoln, or Obama? What's the word? And name that planet. Player one, make a selection, please, as we continue. The Hoosick Mountains are a range of these colorful mountains located in Vermont. Yes, player one. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus control pad. You got it. You again, player one. Tenzing Norgay was one of the first two men to reach the summit of this mountain on May 29, 1953. Player one? Right. Player one, back to you. The Wayanea Mountains in this U.S. state rise up to 4,025-foot Mount Kaala. Okay, player one. Yes. Woo! Player one, back to you for our next selection. The Caucasus Mountains of Eastern Europe are predominantly found in this country. The correct response is Russia. Player one, pick again. Geological evidence shows that this 5,000-mile mountain chain may extend south into Antarctica. Here's what we wanted. The Andes. You get to pick again, player one. Christian Huygens wrote about this planet's rings back in 1659. Let's hear it, player one. Good. Player one, back to you. Instrument-laden rovers landed on this planet in 2004. Yes, player one. Yeah. That's correct. We return to you, player one. The great red spot on this planet is actually a giant storm. It's player one. Yeah! Right you are. Select again. A year on this planet is 88 days long. Let's hear it, player one. Yes. You again, player one. In the wake of a recent demotion, this is now the outermost planet. Player one. Yeah, good. Player one, back to you for our next selection. On a snail, an omatophore is a stalk with this at the end. Okay, player one. Right. Player one, you pick again, please. If you set some Chinese punk on fire, it's because Chinese punk is this, from the Latin for set on fire. It's player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Here's the correct response. Incense. Please pick again, player one. Here's Kelly to start us off.
When light passes through a prism, it splits into its various colors, the visible one of these.
Yes, player one. Good. Choose again, player one. It's the medium on which you're traveling if you're in a hoy. Let's hear it, player one. Oh, sorry. Here's the correct response. Water. Player one, pick again. If you've got quinsy, also known as tonsillitis, you've got swelling in this part of your body. Okay, player one. That is correct. Please pick again, player one. This literary bear started life as a real teddy bear bought as a toy for Christopher Milne. Player one. Right you are. We return to you, player one. Created by Walt Morey, this docile bear lives in the Alaskan wilderness. Let's hear it, player one. That's not it. Here's the response we were looking for. Gentle Ben. Player one, back to you. This bear got his name from the London train station where he was first found after arriving from Peru. Yes, player one. Good. Player one, you pick again, please. On this doctor's island, you'll find a bear bull and an old woman made of vixen and bear. We're talking about Dr. Moreau. Select again.
Yeah!
It's the Daily Double. You are in the lead right now. How much? Answer this. His story, The Bear, recounts an annual hunting expedition in Yoknapatawpha County, Mississippi. That is correct. Choose again, player one. Was born a British subject. Okay, player one. You are correct. You get to pick again, player one. The tallest. Player one?
Yeah!
Correct. You again, player one. Never lived in Illinois. It's player one. No. Here's what we were looking for. George Washington. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Went to Occidental College and Columbia University. Let's hear it, player one. You got it. We return to you, player one. Received a patent. The correct response is Abraham Lincoln. Select again. At KFC, you can lunch on chicken. At KSC, this place, You can lunch with an astronaut. Player one?
Yeah!
Yep. Please pick again, player one. This Mattel doll became an astronaut in 1965, perhaps inspiring the young Sally Ride. It's player one. Hey, you're right. Player one, back to you. Now available again, Quisp, which has a space alien mascot, is a type of this breakfast food. Okay, player one. Yes. You again, player one. This TV series wasn't about the Swiss Family Robinson, but the Space Family Robinson. Yes, player one. Good for you. And now the $1,000 clue. This 1956 film was a sci-fi version of The Tempest. Robbie the Robot was inspired by Ariel. Here's what we wanted. Forbidden Planet. The Double Jeopardy round will begin right after this. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. U.S. Museums. Title Ballet Women. Playing Possum. Amelia Earhart. Number, please. And not nominated for Best Picture. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. You can get customized Gree-Gree bags at the historic Voodoo Museum on Dumaine Street in this city. Here's the response we were looking for. New Orleans. You get to pick again, player one. As this society has a long history, maps were the theme of a major 2007 exhibit at its museum, Explorers Hall. Here's the correct response. National Geographic. Player one, pick again. You can ham it up at a museum in this Virginia town. It houses a ham cured in 1902. We're talking about Smithfield. Player one, back to you for our next selection. The U.S. Space and Rocket Center in this Alabama city contains a vast collection of rockets and space memorabilia. Here's the correct response. Huntsville. Choose again, player one.
Yeah!
Answer, one of the daily double. And you're in the lead now. What'll it be? Here is your daily double clue. An arm of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the L.A. Museum of this, teaches about bigotry, racism, and the Holocaust. No, that's not right. Here's what we were looking for. Tolerance. Player one, you pick again, please. 1949 saw the first ballet version of this operatic Bizet work that features Don Jose and a toreador. Here's the correct response. Carmen. You again, player one. The evil priest Frollo wants Esmeralda, but she's saved by a man named this. The correct response is Quasimodo. We return to you, player one. Margot Fontaine dazzled audiences as Princess Aurora in this ballet. Here's the response we were looking for. Sleeping Beauty. Choose again, player one. This Kenneth Macmillan ballet intrigues with the curious story of the last of the 4 daughters of Tsar Nicholas II. Here's what we were looking for. Anastasia. Player one, you pick again, please. This Greek gal falls for her stepson Hippolytus in a ballet based on Racine's tragedy. Here's the correct response. Phaedra. Player one, pick again. Bogey and Hepburn floated across the screen in this 1951 film that pleased audiences and critics but not the Academy. We're talking about The African Queen. Select again. You couldn't drag a Best Picture nomination out of the Academy for this 1959 Billy Wilder film. Well, nobody's perfect. Here's what we wanted. Some Like It Hot. Player 1, back to you. Answer. The other Daily Double. You are currently in the lead. Please select your wager, Player 1. And the clue. The Academy must have been out to lunch not nominating this 1961 Audrey Hepburn-George Peppard film. Woo! That's it. You get to pick again, Player 1. In 1954, this Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly starer from Alfred Hitchcock didn't get a second glance. Here's what we were looking for. Rear Window. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. Driving Miss Daisy won for 1989, the year this Spike Lee film about urban racism was passed over. We're talking about Do the Right Thing. Please pick again, Player 1. Like wombats and bandicoots, possums are members of this group of about 270 species. Okay, Player 1. Yes. You again, Player 1. Chuck Berry knows this sweet little number of days is the typical gestation period of a possum. Yes, Player 1. That's correct. We return to you, Player 1. Stick to it. In 1948, this Walt Kelly possum hit the funny pages. Here's the correct response. Pogo. Player 1, you pick again, please. Australia and New Guinea are home to the 5 species of this type of possum that may weigh as little as 1/4 of an ounce. Player 1? Here's the correct response. The pygmy possum. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. The flying possum doesn't fly. Well-developed flaps of skin along its flanks have it known by this 6-letter term. It's Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Choose again, Player 1. Amelia's first plane was bright yellow and named for this songbird. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Yeah.
Good. Player 1, pick again. In June of 1928, Amelia became the first woman to fly across this body of water, though she was only a passenger. Yes, Player 1.
Yeah.
Right. You get to pick again, Player 1. In 1935, Amelia flew solo in about 18 hours from Wheeler Field in this state to Oakland, California. Here's the response we were looking for. Hawaii. Player 1, back to you. On her last flight, Amelia Earhart took off from this large island. Here's what we wanted. New Guinea. Select again. Amelia was promised her independence when she married a member of this prominent publishing family. The correct response is Putnam. Please pick again, Player 1. It precedes minutes in the title of a popular Sunday night TV news program. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right. Player 1, you pick again, please. Highest number you can throw with just one standard die. It's Player 1.
Yeah.
Correct. Please pick again, Player 1. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
In target archery, an arrow that hits the outer white ring is worth 1 point. The inner blue scores 6, and a shot in the center yellow scores this many.
Here's the correct response. 10. We return to you, player 1. Of 80, 800, or 1800, the approximate length in miles of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Player 1? Yeah, good. And now the $2,000 clue. Barack Obama is officially listed as this number U.S. President. Okay, player 1. That is correct. Congratulations to you. You'll be continuing on to Final Jeopardy when we come back. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. 19th century inventions. You need to select your wager. Press the corresponding direction on the plus control pad to select your response. Our Final Jeopardy clue today is, one description of it said, its spokes look like cobwebs. They're after the fashion of those on the newest bicycles. Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add... Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion. We'll see you all next time.